What's going on, guys? Just out here in the shed getting the wood stove going. Going to be doing a little bit of work on that Crossman Nitro Venom. This Crossman Nitro Venom air rifle. The guys on Reddit steered me towards a YouTube channel, my airgun reviews, I think, like that, something like that. And I'll link it down in the description. But he's got a really simple modification for these triggers on these Crossman, and I guess the Benjamin rifles are really similar. And we're going to be taking the adjustment screw out of the bottom. Basically, we take the stock off, pull a portion of the trigger out here, and put a 5x8 by 2.5 millimeter bearing from an RC car on the roller pin and the trigger, and that should significantly shorten the pull. Right now it's crazy. I'll show you guys in a second. This is unloaded. Shorten the pull and lighten it a lot. We're going to remove the little pre-tension spring that's in here that should take quite a bit of pressure off, and take the adjustment screw right out and just put that roller bearing on the pin. And to me, it sounds like it's just simplifying something that's a little bit overcomplicated to get that adjustment mechanism in it, which is basically useless. Anyways, let's get to work on this thing. I'm going to clamp it in the vise. I'll show you the trigger pull, and then we'll do a quick swap. It should be a quick and easy video. I just want to show you guys my improvised gun vise here. I've just got a rag in my bench vise and a bucket stuffed full of rags down there to act as a bullet trap, so we can do a couple test pulls of the trigger here. Right from the factory. It's going to be hard to see. It's cocked and loaded again. It's not horrible. Feels pretty bad, but let's see what this bearing fix does now. Alright guys, so I pulled the stock off already. This is the area we're going to be working on, the right side of the rifle. There's one little E-clip, circlip, whatever you want to call it, that we have to take off. I'm just going to zoom in on it there. So this little guy right here is coming off. We do not want to lose him. There he goes. Got him. Right there. I've got a magnet tray actually. Magnet tray, screws, circlip. So now we are just going to pop this pin out here, I believe. Not sure which side that goes from. There she goes. Got an Allen key here. Give her a little push, and out she comes. Magnet tray. There's that pin. A little groove for the circlip on it. And now the trigger should just slide right out of there. So here's our trigger. This is the pin, the roll pin we are going to be putting the bearing on. And this is the spring we will be removing that just adds a little bit of unnecessary pressure to the trigger. I hope the light's okay. It's not super bright in here, unfortunately. So we're going to push this pin out first. Nice and easy. There's that guy. Try and do it so you guys can friggin' see, but the light's just horrible in here for this. Push that out of there. You know what I'm doing. There's that pin. Spring, we're not putting that back in. Do not lose that pin. We do need that. Alright, and I'm going to get one of our tiny bearings out here. These little guys. So, hold that little guy in place. This is probably the trickiest part. Trying to keep this in view for you guys. Oh, lost it. If you get that narrow end in there first, it'll help kind of locate it. There we go. Okay, that's in there. Now that's extremely loose. That'll just fall right out. Now I'm just going to keep my finger under this pin, like so. And this actually goes in upside down. Well, right side up, I suppose. So you can just kind of get your finger on the lip of that edge. And we're going to slip her back in here. Slip her. Past the little safety there. There we go. So there's still a bit of spring pressure there. That's perfect. We're going to put our little pivot pin back in here. There we go. Pretty sure it's actually sitting a little proud. Oops, now it's magnetized. I'm just trying to line up the groove. It'll come a little bit higher than it should, I believe. Make sure, yeah, there we go. And just carefully, there. E-clip back in position. Yep. Okay, now I'm just going to roll this up. This is the adjustment screw that comes from the factory. We're going to pull that right out of there because we have our own custom trigger adjustment in there now. Hard to tell that it cocked broadly, so let's put the stock back on and we will test fire it. Just keeping my beer warm by the wood stove. Smart. Safety's on. Still works. Safety off. Into the bullet trap we go. Oh yeah, that is light. That is a hair trigger. That's going to be nice. I like really, really light triggers. You just touch that thing and it goes off now. Yeah, it's pretty dark for that to do any good for anyone, but just watch how friggin' light this is now. There is no trigger pull at all. It's just pressure, just a tiny bit of pressure. Zero slack in that now. I'm quite happy with it. That is a world of difference. Fun stuff. So that was a super, super easy modification for the Crossman Nitro Venom. That really cleaned up the trigger. It still feels a little bit heavy, like I don't think it's a 1.5 pound trigger, but it's very clean, crisp break now. It'll be a lot easier to get consistent accuracy with that now, or at least know that it's not my fault and figure out what the actual capabilities of this rifle are. So again, thanks to the guys on Reddit for steering me towards my airgun reviews YouTube channel and his modification. It's like a $1.50 for the 5x8 by 2.5 millimeter RC bearing that you put on the roll pin on the trigger itself. And it's very simple. As long as you can keep track of that little E-clip and a few pins and a spring, anybody can do this with a screwdriver, even a flathead screwdriver, a pick or an awl, and a Phillips screwdriver, and you can do this whole job in 10 minutes. You don't even need a vise. I was just using that to hold the rifle. Great results. So the next video will be another accuracy test out in the field with this, seeing what it's capable of now, and maybe a catch and cook squirrel video. Yeah, really happy with that. Really easy. If it wasn't for filming, it would have been super, super quick. And don't forget to head over to my Airgun Reviews YouTube channel and check out his stuff. If you've got a Benjamin or a Crossman or any of these air rifles, or you're into air rifles at all, he seems to have a lot of good stuff there. He's got quite a wide collection. It sounds like a lot of experience with these high power 177 and 22 caliber rifles. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.